for a change, I'm learning how to love myself here lately.
Here Lately is the first song that Bobby Tomberlin and I got together to write. And actually, we met for lunch. I didn't know Bobby. We had been introduced to him actually about a year ago, Fanfare. Well, I call it Fanfare, CMA Fest, I know. I found out he was a writer. I was thinking about doing a record. And so anyway, long story short, we ended up going to lunch just to see if we thought we might have a rapport and be able to write together. And a couple of days after the lunch, he emails me and said, you know, I just feel so inspired by our conversation over lunch. I've written 2 or 3 lines here, and would you mind hearing them, and do you think maybe we could write this? And so he, over the phone, told me a few lines, and it's like, oh, wow, yeah, we could write this. And so this was our first song. And I just love what it says, because it's about noticing that your life has changed without going, my life. It's like you just kind of wake up one day and you go, wow, you know, I'm not in a hurry like I used to be, or it doesn't take as much to satisfy me as it used to. Wow, isn't that interesting? And I think we really captured that feeling in the song, and it's really, I think, where I am and where he is too in life, and it's really a good place to be. Someone who's heard the record, a good friend of mine, Garth Fundus, he made the comment, he said, you know, this is a very mature record. And I like that, you know. I'm not a kid in my 20s making this record. I'm 59 years old, and I'm feeling just as alive and vibrant and generative, creative as I did, maybe more so than I did in my 20s. And I'm really glad to be at this time in my life making music, because I feel like I've got a lot to say. And I want to share that with people. I want to say, don't you feel this too? And I think the people that were my fans that listened to my music in the 80s, my sense is they've grown up and matured just like I have, and I think they're going to really enjoy this music, because I don't know that there's a lot of music out there readily available to hear on the radio these days that is from the viewpoint of somebody who's been through some life and that is still excited about getting up every morning and singing or doing whatever. And I hope that this record will inspire people to, if they're sitting around thinking, well, I'm too old to do this, or I'm saying, maybe you need to change that story, because I hope this record inspires people of my age and older to say, you know, I've got a lot to contribute. I've got a lot to say. I have something to bring to the table. And I hope it will create the space for real healthy conversations like that, and maybe inspire people to get out and do something that they are surprised that they're doing, you know, to surprise themselves.
And for a change, I'm learning